parenting teenagers is really hard, especially when they won't talk to you and open up to you. Well, let's talk about that a little more today on Tips on Teens. My name is Kent Toussaint. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, and I specialize in helping kids, teens, and families to live happier lives. I lead two organizations, Teen Therapy Center and the nonprofit 501c3 organization, Child and Teen Counseling, both here in Woodland Hills, California. Every Wednesday at noon, I jump onto Facebook Live to answer your parenting questions. Let's answer today's. I'm worried about my relationship with my 13-year-old daughter. I feel like she's never really honest with me. I can tell when we talk about stuff, she just tells me what she thinks I want to hear instead of her true feelings. It seems like she's lacking the self-confidence to say what she really wants. What did I do wrong as a parent to get to this point, and how can I fix it? Thank you for your question. I want to address the last part of your question first. What did I do wrong? Every parent asks this question because all of us as parents, we are imperfect parents. We're all flawed parents. We all make mistakes. We all have setbacks because we're human, and everyone is imperfect at everything. And I would say this, that while all of us can improve as parents, we can all take steps to make improvements, me included, everyone. If we approach that from a place of shame or panic, we generally don't learn from that experience. It just holds us back. It shackles us down. And what I would say is those questions are wonderful to ask from a place of empathy for yourself and your daughter. To have some grace, have some understanding, and be open to learning and improving. It's easy to go to the shame and panicky route. It's very easy to do. But the problem is when we do that, not only do we hold ourselves down, but now we put the onus unconsciously onto our child to improve so we feel better as parents. And teenagers, 13-year-olds especially, they're going to be teenagers. They're not always going to be honest. They're not always going to be open with their emotions because they don't fully understand what they're thinking and feeling anyway. We as adults don't always understand what we're thinking and feeling anyway either, but it's especially hard when you're teenagers. And what I would encourage you to do is to make sure you're doing your work so you are settled and accepting your imperfect self so you can accept her imperfect self as well. And what can you do about that? Keep reaching out, trying to find ways to connect with her. Again, finding activities that she enjoys, where she can really recognize, where you can also communicate how you enjoy being with her. Even if it's challenging, even if it's hard, even if you guys are taking the dog for a walk, you guys aren't saying anything, can you as a parent just take the time to enjoy, I'm with my daughter. Yeah, she's sullen. Yeah, she's not saying anything. She's, not communicating with me. She's awkward. I'm awkward. But you know what? I'm with my daughter, and that's something. And I know that's not exactly what you may want to hear because you want to have that movie relationship with your daughter. And I'm not saying those don't exist because they do, but they are rare. And it is normal for your teenager to start pulling away and not being as honest and not being as open. And what I encourage you, instead of asking her questions, because teenagers are hating questions, maybe share more about yourself, share more about your life as a teenager, what you're going through, not to dump on her, not to put her in a position where she feels like she has to take care of you or solve your problems, because she's not emotionally capable of doing that. But if you had a tough day at work, you can talk about your tough day. It's something that you have control of and you are on top of. Yeah, it was a tough day at work, this happened, that happened, but I'm okay. You don't want to put on your daughter that she has to now solve your problem, take care of you. The more you're open about your life, maybe she starts opening about her life as well. Sharing activities, walking the dog, doing art, throwing a ball, cooking. It doesn't matter what you're doing, it matters that you're doing, and keep offering. Keep being present and open, even when she pushes you away, because at some point, she will recognize that you're always there. You're always accepting her, even when she pushes you away. And at some point, whether that's 15, 17, 22, she will come around and recognize, wow, mom or dad, you're always there. She just may not have the emotional capacity to do that. She doesn't have the emotional capacity to fill your need for connection right now. So, and that's hard to do. So make sure you're getting your connection filled somewhere else, with your spouse, your friends, your therapist, whoever that is. So if you are fulfilled yourself, you can be present with her. It's not an easy thing, but I'll go back to the example of, you have your 3-year-old who wants to play cars, or your little daughter wants to play Barbies, and you're really bored playing cars or Barbies, but they love it. So you stay engaged because they're connected to it, and you keep connecting at their level so they can feel enjoyed by you. Anyways, if that's not enough, you may want to talk to a therapist, but hopefully we're not in that place yet. But if you are, find a therapist who specializes in kids and teens and talk to them and see if they can help support you guys. That's our question for today. My name is Kent Toussaint with Teen Therapy Center and Child and Teen Counseling. This is Tips on Teens. Join our Facebook group, Tips on Teens. If you have a question you'd like me to answer, email us at tipsonteens@teentherapycenter.com or direct message us. We love your questions. Thanks again, and I'll see you next Wednesday on Facebook Live. Bye-bye, guys.